The game of paintball is a diverse activity that means many different things to many different people. But to a team originating out of Canada, Edmonton Impact, it means one thing above all others: a quest to be the absolute best. Their adventure started back in 2003 in the rookie division.
Split with Team Peg Factory. We are from Edmonton, Alberta. We're Canadians, right there.
We do a lot of training back here in Edmonton.
Then after over a decade and a half of hard work and perseverance, their Canadian core, surrounded by a select group of elite imported talent, came to define dominance as they railed off 14 wins all over the world during a 4-year run. They hadn't just climbed the mountain, they had become the mountain.
This is it, so big congratulations to Edmonton Impact.
Thank you, Impact! Way to go!
It says a lot. You know, when I think about the boys and 10 years old playing, and you never dreamed of coming this far and how we've come.
But after their success with the win in Vegas last year, they hit a slump with disappointing finish after frustrating performance. But changes were made and new players were brought in. Now re-energized and reformed, Impact's mission remains the same as it always has been: crush everyone on the way to the #1 spot and become the best team ever to pick up a paintball gun. Join us on the Impact Series as we dive into all the on and off field drama that drives this legendary squad and their journey to get back to the top. Brought to you only by GoSports.com. After winning Las Vegas, the road had been a treacherous one for Edmonton Impact in the States. They put up another win on the board in Prague. They were just not getting consistent performances from their roster this year to contend at the last 3 events in the US. World Cup was their current roster's last chance to prove themselves. If they didn't do well here, heads could roll, and we could see a different Edmonton Impact in 2020.
Yeah, we're coming. We're next.
We are back. 2019 NXL Chicago Open. We're here at Gaelic Park. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford and Steve Rabikoff. And we are in the quarterfinals. Big congratulations to AC Dallas as they were able to take down a scrappy Infamous squad. And then what an amazing game between San Diego Dynasty and the Los Angeles Ironmen. It came down to the very last point. It was a 1-point win, though.
Two majors, and they still won.
2 majors and 2 players left alive on the field as time ticked off. Can't believe I just saw that happen.
Yeah. The old saying is, though, you can't win a match with 2 majors, and Dynasty disproved. I guess you can.
Marcelo
Things have to go your way, though.
Marcelo is breathing a huge sigh of relief. He's got 2 penalties in a row.
Sorry, guys.
But those games are over, and we have to wait for the AC Dallas Russian game and the Damage Dynasty game. Right now, it's going to be X Factor taking on Edmonton Impact here in the quarterfinals. Also in this set, Houston Heat and Baltimore Revo.
So this is the finals?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying? Who's going for first and second?
That's definitely been the finals before, but what's crazy is that someone between X Factor, Impact, and Heat is not going to be in the finals. Because if X Factor, Impact, whoever wins that one's going to play the winner of Heat and Revo.
So one of my dark horses could be going home.
Yeah, totally. It's going to look
very disappointing.
At the top 5 killers. Hopefully you got your picks in to play the Sunday Club. The fantasy paintball, as there's a MacDev Prime at stake. And you can see Billy Bernacci and Archie Montemayor tied up. John Woodley right behind them. Meter Ninos has been playing some amazing paintball. 18 or 19 for him. Then Colt Roberts, no surprise that he is up there as well with 19.
Cold killer.
Yeah, I saw Colt yesterday in the elevator at the
Always
hotel.
a smile on his face.
He was just so happy. He
I like
seemed
that guy.
like, man,
Such
I
a
can't
good
wait
dude.
for
Such a
tomorrow.
good
It's
guy.
going to be great. He's like, I was like, what did you think? He's like, I'm glad we got impact.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and then I saw, you know, and then I saw Rainey in the elevator
he was ecstatic.
on the way down to the field this morning. And Rainey, this is interesting. With there's no love lost.
What?
Rainey was a big part of the Edmonton Impact squad.
Well,
for
he
the
thought
past
he was.
couple
They
years.
didn't think so.
Apparently not. Yeah, as did not come to a great end. So then Rainey left, and then they got into it this year, and we saw that, you know, the face butt, whatever you want to call it, that Alex Goldman,
face butt.
as Rainey was chirping at him, and you
The
know,
lens
Alex
butt.
Goldman gave him a little.
I think they call that a drive-by.
Sure. And
Drive-by facing.
But he got suspended. He had to sit for a game, and so this is going to be a battle right here. Edmonton Impact here on your right, on the blue side of the field now. Justin Rabakoff, who's been playing great.
Very interesting. Center X for Justin Rabakoff.
Goldman getting the start. Zach Yakimek, no surprise behind him, one of the best second attackers in the game. And X Factor is going to crawl Billy Bernaccia from the back bunker into the first mini wall here, snake side.
He just found J-Rab. They gunfought there in the middle. Billy turned back to tell everybody that J-Rab was in the center. So J-Rab had a little chance to sneak a shot in there because you got that. You get there early in the X before the guys push up the snake. You've got the inside shot before they know they're there. But once they know you're there, then you got to be able to sneak
And
here.
here's X Factor putting 3 on the snake side.
Yeah, but they're in a
Heavy.
defensive posture, right? They're kind of waiting for Impact to attack, hoping they can kill Mouse there and then jump into the snake. They don't want to lose Billy early.
And look for LJ to get into that center structure to mirror up Justin, which he's doing right now.
Perfect move.
Yeah,
Great timing.
LJ Woodley getting in there, and he's been quite the assassin up in the center of the field and taking over for Nick Sloviak, not here, but got a baby on the way. But LJ Woodley, they flew him in to practice and brought him to this tournament out of retirement. He's played outstanding up in that center.
What I like that J-Rab's doing is he started this game on the Dorito side, looking snake side. Then once he engaged with Billy, he comes back to the snake side, looking Dorito side. Nothing's really going on. Now he's back on the Dorito side, looking snake side. He's not just sitting there waiting for something to happen. He's probing back and forth, where Woodley is just posted up. Hey, if somebody comes in my zone, I'm going to shoot them. But if they don't come in my zone, then I'm kind of just not really playing the game.
Yeah, we were getting a look
And
at those.
with Justin going to that Dorito side, it's helping Justin Cornell move down that Dorito side.
Yeah. Well, and also the fact that X Factor's got nobody except for that small temple over there on the Dorito side. They've got nobody pushing down the Dorito side, so that helps you. There's no one outside of you as well.
So Greg Sewers is in that can in the backfield, just rolling his gun towards that D side.
Yeah, Greg Stewart's one of the best back guys in the industry.
Yeah, well, this is the first point. They're just kind of feeling each other out. Been through 2 minutes, no one's died.
I was going to say, we might have a damage point here on our hands.
It's a 5-on-5 situation.
'Cause nobody wants to be the guy who blows it for the team, man. Nobody wants to be the selfish guy who looks into a ball, pushes too hard, tries to get a kill.
Yeah, there's Greg just dumping pot after pot to help out Justin Cornell. So Justin Cornell is going to be the first to attack, and so
it warms my heart to see Greg back there, so versatile, being able to play in the back, communicate well, be a really good number 2 on that D side. Really come a long way.
So Goldman still here into the first wall on the snake side. Billy's still there as well too. And yeah, these guys are just throwing paint at each other. Some snapshots, but so far it's a 5-on-5 pillow fight here as we've gone through almost 3 minutes. No one's died and just a few moves made after the initial break because of the Titans that are fighting right now. These are two of the biggest of the heaviest weight squads we have out here. X Factor won the last event. Impact won the first event. Impact was our series title holders for a long time until Heat stole it last year and won the World Cup. But it was X Factor that knocked out Impact in a very similar situation and forced Impact to decimate their series title points, and that cost them the series title last year. So there's just a lot of bad blood between these two teams.
A lot of history between these teams.
And also, I think X Factor went 2 or 2.5 years, 3 years almost, getting beat by Impact every single time. It was like 9 matches in a row that Impact beat X Factor until last year. So, and it's it's a very tumultuous story between these two squads over the seasons. Because X Factor used to put the whoop stick on Impact when Impact first came up.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, close. Billy almost got J-Rab.
Yeah, almost got caught over the top. And again, J-Rab's back now on the snake side, looking Dorito's side. So he's played that bunker in 4 different positions, whereas Woodley's only played one position.
He knows Woodley's there. He knows a player is there for sure. I'm pretty sure both players know they're in there at this point.
Yeah, and again, at this level of competition, it's not necessarily who makes a big move or who makes a good shot. It's who makes the first mistake. Who leaves their hop route a little too long over the top, who gets caught in a gunfight they don't need to be in, who gets caught transitioning from one side to the other side.
Who gets unlucky on a bounce shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots going on again.
Greg Sewers now making a move to the outside on the Ds.
So that's the first move we've seen in a while.
In 17 minutes. But that might be indicating the fact that Impact's starting to shift a little more offensively over on the D side.
Well, probably because Greg just shot about 12 pods.
I've got no paint left. I've got to go forward.
He does. I'm looking at his pack right now, and that's Justin Cornell. He also doesn't have a lot of paint. As we pan backwards, didn't get a shot of his pack, but it looks like Greg has maybe 3 pods left.
If he's lucky.
2 pods?
Yeah, 1 or 2, I think.
I think everyone's starting to get down to a few pods here. Alex Goldman doesn't look like he has many either.
No.
It's a game of patience.
Yeah, Woodley's got 4 or 5 on his back. I'm sure Billy's got plenty. Yeah, Billy's got 2 or 3 on his pack.
Rich, I know we're both big fans of fighting, but this is like watching the 2 heavyweights kind of just spend the first 3 or 4 minutes of round number 1, just kind of circling each other, jabbing each other, circling, jabbing, low kicks, just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, not committing because neither one wants to get knocked out. Billy calls the fill back from Zane to the corner.
And now Zach moved behind Alex in the snake corner here.
Yeah.
So that's going to make things real difficult for Billy to come down that snake side with Zach there in that corner.
Yeah, but he's got Archie right inside of him. So it's a 2-on-2, and Zach's in a little bit better position, I think, than Archie is, but Archie can easily fill in behind Billy if need be. Man, it's gonna come down to whoever Alex now making the first move into the snake.
Goldman.
They call it. They catch Alex's move. Archie sees him going in. Can't shoot him, but sees him. So at least it communicates it.
Yeah,
that might put a little pressure on Billy Bernacci to kind of maybe go from his deeper snake into the closer snake.
Yeah, I think it will eventually because Billy does have those aggressive tendencies, just like Alex Goldman does. 2 of the best snake players in the world.
Woodley's going to corral across and see if he can shoot across and catch Alex looking inside.
And Goldman's going to tuck in. Now there is a bounce shot off of that, the berm of the snake into this second wall here, which we've seen work twice so far. Now Zach Yakimek is going to come in behind Alex Goldman. Rabakov still probing also in the center. Woodley probably posted up. Yeah, no, Woodley's going to crawl back to the outside again and now establish more kind of a traditional lane.
Yeah, looking the same way J-Rab is. I like Zach moving up right behind Alex now because he can help put pressure on that center X.
Move from the Aztec into D1. There's big gaps on that D side.
Such good communication, too.
And then here goes Justin Cornell against.
Oh,
and Justin Cornell gets shot. So
Woodley got him.
Woodley getting the huge kill. That's a
perfect
big,
timing.
Big gap. So Justin Cornell, the first to come off. It's now a 4-on-5. But now this game's not out of hand as Impact can just win a gunfight and even up the count. 8 minutes now, so 6 minutes or 7 minutes have come off the clock here.
And now Colt Roberts is in Dorito 1 trying to get past the same gap and trying to get through J-Rab's gun.
And he just did.
No, he's in Dorito 1.
Yeah, well, Colt just moved out from the can.
I was thinking in the can. Who's in Dorito 1? Is that Jesse Stevens?
No, that is Archie Montemayor.
Archie's got to figure out how to...
No. Actually, Archie's over here at the tower.
That's Meter.
Okay. Meter's got to figure out how to get past J-Rab's gun.
The move is going to be for Alex Goldman to get to the 50 snake here. That's the move that needs to happen for Impact.
A lot of patience being shown by these players right now.
Yeah, this is going on our longest point, isn't it? We're at 12.
This is officially the longest point.
Ever.
Damage had some, well, not ever, but Damage has had some really long points out here today, or this weekend. But coming up on 7 minutes to go here in this match. So, man, it's an 8-minute point.
And just a one body advantage here for. Oh, here goes J-Rab inside wall.
Justin commits. And see if he can get a shot on
Woodley.
Nobody saw him win.
He comes up at the perfect time to maybe shoot Jesse Stevens. That is Jesse Stevens. Jesse Stevens getting the start, and he goes. So Justin not able to get that shot.
Nobody picks up those moves though. Nobody picks up Jesse Stevens making those moves.
Yeah, Jesse Stevens is now at D3, and I don't think anyone saw it. For sure, Greg didn't see it. J-Rab definitely didn't see it.
He gets a kill on Zach.
Oh, beautiful job by Jesse Stevens.
Jesse Stevens is making a big move here.
And this is a 2-body advantage here right now for San Antonio X Factor. They cannot squander this when they worked so hard now through this the longest point that we've seen in order to get these 2 kills.
Nobody
to have
knows
this
where
advantage.
J-Rab's at right now.
Yeah, and LJ's on the left side of that
J-Rab could save this
structure.
J-Rab could save this point because they don't know he's there. If Woodley knew he was there, he'd already be assassinated by Woodley. And Woodley has got to be real careful as he comes across. Now, Woodley made it across that lane. J-Rab is still posted thinking that Jesse's there. Jesse's past the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And Greg also, I don't think, knows that Jesse's at the spot that he's at.
Greg's inside hard.
So just some miscommunication. J-Rab's going to come through and trade out with Woodley. And so that's going to give an even bigger advantage now to X Factor as a 4-on-2. And Jesse, look at just Jesse's ways up there. That's 2 kills now for Jesse.
3.
Well, no, the one came from the inside.
Didn't he just trade with Greg, though?
Oh, yeah, so you're okay. You're right. 3-pack total.
Finally.
Jesse Stevens clocks
Big
in here.
game for X Factor and Jesse Stevens.
And Jesse Stevens
undercover brother
has had a really interesting story with X Factor.
I like that guy.
Because, you know, he came on the team, wasn't ready yet. So I remember we were saying, oh, he got cut. He didn't get cut. He left the team purposefully to go work on his craft. And then he came back to the squad, and now playing Edmonton Impact, he's the best player in that crazy tactical match that we just saw. As you can see here, the replays, that was that first kill on Justin. So Justin Cornell goes across, and he gets clipped from that center.
Woodley timing was perfect.
And then here, so Rabakov did not pick this move up. I thought he was going to be able to do the same thing Woodley did, but he wasn't able to see Jesse. So Jesse makes those 3 moves across, and here was the trade in the center with not Sloviak. That's LJ Woodley. And then the trade comes, but now jumping into, man, these guys have been waiting for a while to play their first point. Houston Heat and Baltimore Revo throwing 15 minutes on the clock.
Both in the Snake, Chad George.
Revo drops 2 on the break, Snake side.
Huge break for Heat. It's going to be a 5-on-3 situation. So much different than the point we just watched.
Houston Heat dropping a body. Chad George, the 50 Snake. Revo's filled to the center X. 3-on-4 here.
Here comes Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith is going to get up into that center structure.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith putting the clipboard down and picking the gun back up. His father is now coaching the team.
Chad George is trying to communicate to Ryan, telling him where that center X guy is so that Ryan can go get him. And Ryan catches him.
Gets out of Mara.
Only 2 players left for Revo here. Might want to concede the point. 1 player left alive. No players left alive for Revo.
So we went from a 10-minute point.
Different styles.
To a 45-second point.
So as you can see, if you're a fat guy at home, you can play slowly. If you're a skinny guy, you can come play fast. Paintball's for everybody.
So
X Factor's like, no, we can't go back out this quickly. We need at least like 7 or 8 minutes to rest from that first point, bro.
I mean, that was the longest point that we've seen into one of the fastest points, and that's not a big break for the starting lineup. Let's see who is going to come out. So Ninos is going to be out there. Both these teams have deep rosters, though. Let's get a look here at what happened in Texas, and that was Alex with a little headbutt on Rainey. He ended up getting, so he got that penalty, and he got suspended. He had to sit down, and you see Rainey was like, I got him. I suckered him into that. And then there was Alex Goldman sitting in paintball prison.
You know, every time Mal sees Rainey now, he's just got to drop his head and shake it.
And that was that crazy comeback that the Russians had with the 9-second point. So that was a crazy event that we saw in Texas. And now, can Impact get this one back and make it a match? 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Can both these teams have another clean break?
5 alive, both squads.
Yep, 5 alive.
5 minutes, 5:33 left. X Factor up 1-0.
Mouse first into the Snake for Impact. J-Rab going to center X again. I really like the way he played it last game. And player for Impact getting the check and the Doritos over there, but he's clean. 5 alive. Better field position for Impact.
Ooh, this is another 5-on-5 break. And now Woodley, after starting in the back bunker, you know, Woodley's best games have not been out of those back spots. It's been him getting up in the center, and that's when he's been the best.
J-Rap shout out early by Billy Bernaccia shooting crossing through the X. Sorry, Matty.
No, it's all good. Massive kill for Billy Bernaccia.
Oh, that's huge, man.
Yeah, that is a big one now, and that's going to force Impact. Impact eventually is going to have to push forward. They are now down by 1, and looks like...
And he's kind of the emotional leader of that team, right? That's a tough loss.
So we'll see if X Factor is just going to hunker down in their spots and play defense, or if they're going to try to take a little ground. Woodley is going to take some ground. He's going to get up into that 50 as J-Rab taking the walk, so he's up there by himself. The ref's going to go in there and check him out, though, and he's clean. So there's Woodley. He's looking at that gap, looking here towards the Snake side.
Impact would really like to see a big game out of Mouse right here.
Somebody on Impact needs to step up. They're just gunfighting from their positions yet. Not desperation time. Again, just a 1-point spread. They do not have to run.
I bet it feels like it, though. I bet it feels like it when you're playing, man. Hearts throb, and you're like, oh, man, we're down a point. We're down a body against these guys. This is tough.
Absolutely.
Approaching 4 minutes, 12 seconds left.
Greg Sewers is just moved out from the stand-up can in the backfield to get to a little bit closer to those Doritos, and Impact already has a body over there. I can't see if that's JC. It is JC again.
They take out Rainey.
Rainey gets taken out, but JC's got to be scared about going across that gap because he knows Woodley's up there, and he caught him last game.
That was a huge kill here for Impact to even things up and take out their former teammate Rainey.
Nobody's looking at Jesse Stevens again.
That's Archie Montemayor.
Oh, Archer, sorry.
So Archie's going to come and get the crossfield kill. Archie gets 1. Can he get more from that position? He's going to go past the 50-yard line. Billy Bernaccia is now going to get the crossfield kill on Justin Cornell, and then Archie gets another one on Alex Goldman.
That was a complete breakdown from Impact. Not one player was looking right. Archie and Monomir went one bunker, was like, oh, nobody looked at me or shot. I'm going to go 2 or 3 more. Oh, hey, no one's still looking or shooting at me.
There's a golden barrel in front of us.
You never see that.
And Archie won this at the last event. Now, yeah, you can't let Archie just
You
do
can't
whatever he
slip.
wants to do because you can steal points from that D side, and we just saw that right
You've
there.
been saying it all
stole it.
weekend,
Yeah.
man. That's if you have 4 guys and not
You
one
got-
of them's looking Doritos.
And you got Justin Cornell and Greg Sewers over there sleeping.
Ugh, now that puts Impact in a real tough spot, down by 2 points.
This game, though, brought to you by Carbon Paintball. Go to carbonpaintball.com. You can see that just for a limited time. You get that base layer combo for just under $200. It's the that's the best. That's the base layer that put them on the map, and
good
everyone's
stuff.
been really loving that stuff. So we might have Walker come back up here for some of the divisional games. Walker from Carbon, and here we go. Houston Heat now after that real quick first 42-second long point up by 1 on Baltimore Revo. See if Revo can answer.
5 alive.
Yeah, conservative breakouts for both teams. Now both teams secondary into the Snake and the Center X.
And
A lot of time left here.
Chad Boucher creepy crawling
Coming
in
up
the
to the
snake
snake.
here. He
I
wants
like
to get
how all
across.
these different players are playing all these different
Yeah,
positions.
man.
Oh,
Tough death for
Sam
Sam
Monville.
Monville taking the walk here for Heat. That does give a 1-body advantage to Baltimore Revo. Jarula here on the snake side with Chad Boucher for Houston Heat. Chad is now wrapping around out wide on this sideline, looking to get the drop on Jarula.
oh, and Chad gets caught.
Did he get shot
Drew
by
over
Matt?
Drew over the top. Great
Yeah.
shot. Just snap. He kind of saw. He was snapping at the corner, and then Drew heard him, came up. Revo makes the move forward to try to shoot out Chad, but Chad's already been eliminated.
Jarula needs to tell his buddy that there's no one at that 50, and he does. He's like, I shot that guy already.
I got that, dude.
We do have to worry about Konstantin Fedorov, and he's in the backfield here on the snake side. He just made a move across to get to a little bit of a bigger spot so he can gunfight a little bit better out of it. And then we're looking at the D side here as Nico Hyde.
Revo's looking pretty good here. 5 on 3. Putting a lot of pressure on the Heat players. They've got the spots. They've got the Center X on Houston's side. They got the Snake 50. They get a little more penetration on the Dorito side. They're going to make it really hard for those Houston Heat players to stay alive in those back
here the
bunkers.
snake corner. So
Yeah.
they said they're heavy on the snake side with their player on the center structure on Heat side. So they're locked on this.
They need to kill Konstantin. If they can kill Fedorov out of that corner, then I think they can
Or-
go down the tape.
Go around.
Yeah, they can kill him from there as well.
Yes, they can.
So this point slowed down a little bit. Revo's just trying to figure out where the bodies are at and then what those bodies are doing. The Houston Heat guys are trying to zone up the field, making it hard for the Revo guys to, although they have more bodies to push forward because the zones are there. Fedorov's going back. Ooh,
And
gets
he gets
caught in
hit.
the top loper. He whipped back in with his
Yeah.
body, but left his loader
Oh,
out.
Jarula gets taken out.
Just as that happened, yeah, Matt Jarula forced
But
to take the walk.
still
He
a
got
4 on
clipped.
2.
Revo still has heavy bodies on this side,
Yeah.
so they're still good position.
Yeah, we did see some 4-on-2 victories yesterday, so it's not out of the spectrum, but Houston Heat in a tough position here. Although they did just let,
Mishka.
Phil all the way across the field.
Yeah, and he gets
Oh, and he
taken
gets
out.
caught.
So that's one
1
player
on 4,
left.
4 on 1 now. Revo's going to get this point. It's going to be 1-1.
And obviously, Ryan Smith likes his player.
Yes, he does. It's Ronnie Diesel. You can't not like it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So there you go.
So a pretty solid match here, tied up with Baltimore Revo and Houston Heat. And
Man,
just
after
a couple
that
tough deaths for
after
Houston
that
Heat.
first point, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Revo. I'm glad you guys made it this far. Hey, you worked hard, but man, they're right back in this game.
Yeah, that's the question on Sunday. When you have a team like Revo who has proved that they can get to the top 4, but until you actually climb the mountain or do those 14 pull-ups or whatever the
No
thing
one's
you're
doing
trying to
14
achieve,
pull-ups.
the
Come
thing you're
on.
trying to achieve, maybe Greg Sewers could, but until you've achieved it, we don't know if you can.
Yeah,
so
right. You gotta
we'll
prove
see.
it.
Can they answer Houston Heat? Houston Heat ready to win a tournament? Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Impact is starting to feel the frustration in the pits. Their coach, Dave Baines, is keeping them calm, saying we still have plenty of time, but we have to stop sitting in our bunkers and waiting for X Factor to make the move. We need to start playing offensively, pushing, going down the field, and taking these points from them.
You know, it's funny that Coach Dave says that because we're watching the game, and I agree. They're just sitting in their bunkers. You got Greg and JC over there on the Dorito side. They're not moving, and Alex has been stuck in the snake.
Hey, they're paintball fans too.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, if anyone could do it, it's Edmonton Impact. They've had some crazy comebacks over the years, and one of the players on the team, your son, Justin Rabikoff, if we go all the way back to Chicago, This was years ago, but this is one of the things that made him paintball famous, as it looked like they had absolutely no chance, but then a full send. This is back when we had the flag. As he just completely commits, he splits the gap and the seam in the center, and he dives in to get the win.
That was here.
Yeah, it was right here. So, and that was one of the, he was already kind of paintball famous at that point in time, but that's when we started to say, man, maybe he's one of the best.
He's going to be good.
And so there he is now, years later. He's got a beard now.
He's a man now.
It's all grows up, and he's all grows up.
He's all grown up.
So 3 minutes.
X Factor's got to be feeling real good here, man. 3 minutes left.
But they cannot get complacent. X Factor needs to keep this up if they want to take down Impact, because Impact, again, known for their comebacks. Oh, but they shoot Justin Rabakoff off the break. That's a massive kill.
And they shoot Justin Cornell, so they're down 2 bodies, 5-on-3 advantage. Nick Lavelle is in the center structure, and Alex Goldman is here at the snake, and he needs to keep moving forward and trying to find ways to get some kills. Otherwise,
well, I think what
they're going to have
Impact,
to concede
I think
quick.
what Impact did is they played flat the first 2 points, and then they played way too hard this point, right? Instead of having a little bit of offense those first 2 points, they're like, all right, we're going to give all of our offense in 1 point, and they lose 2 bodies. Oh! Yeah, that's...
It's smart.
That point. Yeah, you got to at that point.
They're going to just sit
You're not going to beat X Factor.
Yeah, no.
Now they're down by 3 with
X Factor's in the zone right now.
But
X Factor looks like they want to win 2 in a row here.
Yeah, I think Impact should have used a little more offense in the first 2 plays, and in that last play they just went a little too aggressively.
So the winner of this X Factor Impact match is going to play the winner of the Houston Heat Revo match, but it's just such a different story here in this game.
It's been like that all weekend, though, right? Where you Damage goes out and plays like, this is a slow field. Yeah. He plays, this is a fast field.
The Russians come out, Damage puts up 4. Russians come out, put up 8.
Yeah.
But Damage is playing this field pretty well. Now, can the slow, methodical lineup of Tampa Bay Damage match up against Dynasty, who's now going to be pretty hungry after that close game they had against the Ironman?
The differences in all these games is why I like this field so much. This is my favorite layout we've had in a long time, just because we're seeing so many different breakouts. People are winning Doritos. People are winning through the X. People are winning the snake side.
Moorhead and Chad George.
Oh, and maybe another one. Nope, just 2 players down.
Nico Hyde is still alive, but Max Trailer. So Revo.
Big opportunity.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Revo. And also, if Revo could find a way to take down Houston Heat and make it into the semifinals, so thus assuring another top 4 finish. They had 2 of them last year, but Revo's a team that we keep saying, man, maybe they're ready to win. Maybe if they could just get some confidence in themselves, which we know they have, but they've made it into the semis, but they've never been in the finals before. And so far this year, not what they wanted, 8th, 10th, and 7th. So making Sunday, but they haven't been able to get past that quarterfinals.
Just get over that hump. Just need to get over that hump, get on the downside. Yeah, Houston Heat. I can't see who that center player is, but he's working really hard. He's going back. He's playing like J-Rab, back and forth between left side and right side, just finding any gap he can catch anybody in. He's looking in the right spot now. He might catch this Revo player. Oh, they trade
out. That's a
good
move,
trade
though.
for Revo. Yeah, good trade for Revo.
Keeps Heat on the back line, both players.
2 on 4 now. 2 on 4.
So Revo needs to start pushing down this field here.
Yeah. And what they don't want to do is, have individual gunfights here. There's 4 of them. There's 2 Houston Heat guys. They all should be shooting their guns at the 2 Houston Heat guys, putting a lot of pressure on the Houston Heat guys, trying to force them to make a mistake as they slowly, methodically move up the field. But what they're doing is sitting back and talking a lot. Talking's cool, but do that as you shoot your gun and move forward.
So, yeah, but I mean, Revo with this 2-body advantage and it's tied up. I do want them to be careful as they make their moves forward, because they have a real good chance to solidify this point right here.
Take out Ryan Smith.
There they go. So they get a nice shot on Ryan Smith. That's going to force the concession. So some smart play here from Baltimore Revo, and they are locked in on their shots.
Yeah, they're winning the breakout for sure, and Houston Heat just can't come back from the breakout being down 2 bodies.
So a one-point advantage here for Baltimore Revo. Now Houston Heat, they're ranked 3rd overall. They have made it to the finals, but they haven't won a tournament.
Yeah.
They have not won a tournament this year. 2nd, 4th, 5th, and also in Europe they haven't won a tournament. So Houston Heat is ready for it. You can see there on your screen, as you want to pick up a new Aerops field, you can get yourself one for $4,500. Contact sales@aerops.com, or you see the number there, or also a used GI logo field, the gray and red, $4,000. But it's just, I've spent quite a bit of time on the road with the Houston Heat guys, known them for a long time. And they're definitely about winning events, but you're talking to a guy like Ryan Moorhead to be like, I don't care, because we used to say this back in the day, I don't care if we take a 7th or an 8th as long as we can put wins on the board. Consistency's cool, but I don't want us to go 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 2nd, win the series title with never winning a tournament.
That's why I left Bob Long's Ironman to come play with you guys.
I know.
I won a world championship, not winning a tournament.
I'm really happy. And then you came and we won tournaments and won a world championship. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that now Houston Heat, incredibly consistent.
Yeah, super consistent.
3rd overall, so they still have a chance for the series. second, fourth, fifth. Yeah, but
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
But it's just one of the
Yeah,
situations
it's
where
hard,
they
man.
want to
It's
win,
hard.
man. These guys want to put up another win. They're going to have to get through Revo, and they're down. Right now, looking at the top killers, though, for San Antonio X Factor, as 29 confirmed kills for Archie Montemayor. We'll see how this is going to go down. We didn't think Archie had a chance to win the Golden Barrel at the last one.
I did.
But he stole it.
I did.
Sure you did.
He was my dark horse.
Oh, he was your dark
He was
horse?
my dark horse.
Archie Montemayor was your dark horse to win the Golden Barrel. Okay, all right. Copy that.
Because he'd never won one before.
So totally. Actually, he has. Not the Golden Barrel, but he was the overall top gun from 2013.
Impact loses mouse on the break. That's huge for X Factor here.
Yeah, giant shot. I mean, this is just X Factor. Everything's going their way right now. They're playing outstanding.
Ref's running in, taking a look at Zach. Zach is also hit. He's probably going to draw a penalty. Well, he does, and luckily they pull it back, guy, because Greg Seward's just they catch Justin Cornell over there.
Everything is going X Factor's way right now, and Impact's running out of time. They're going to concede it, but that's the 4th point in a row.
So Impact struggled last event, right?
Yes.
And they struggled this event. So 2 events in a row, they're not going to be the top 4. And is that the first 2 events they've done that in the last 10 years or so?
I would say.
It feels like it.
Yeah, it feels like it.
So Dave Baines and Bart Yakimek must be scratching their heads thinking, hey, man, we have the best team in the world.
They just came off of winning Prague.
Yeah, we have the best team in the world. Why are we not playing for first and second?
Because it's really hard out here.
Yeah, it's really hard out here.
So if you look at just this year, X Factor at the last event, they did not match up against Impact. But then if you go to Texas, Impact lost to X Factor 3-4. We saw the chaos there. But then Impact beat X Factor in the quarterfinals. In Vegas, it went on to win the tournament. And then if we go back, X Factor knocked them out. They took that terrible place. And here again at last year, which ruined their overall series title. So again, that's just why it's just crazy.
So much history.
It's very, the rivalry is real.
Yeah, and this is just adding to that story.
The rivalry is real. So, maybe we have a buddy rivalry between Baltimore Revo and Houston Heat, because if Revo comes out and knocks Houston Heat, one of our favorites here, out of the quarterfinals, it would be that would be a disaster for Houston Heat.
Houston Heat player getting a check in the corner, and he has been eliminated. Luckily, he did not draw that penalty. It's Ryan Dizon taking the walk.
Chad Boucher to the center structure.
Yeah, Chad Boucher up in the middle. He can do some work up there. Rev's got a 1-point lead. Lots of time left on this clock now. Houston Heat's got plenty of time. We've got 3 guys in the back line, 1 player up in the center, that's Chad. Rev's got a good spread across the back, 1 player in the snake here. Their snake players are kind of a really slow, methodical guy. I don't know him, but I watched that first game. He basically talked. Oh, bad trade. I mean, good trade again for Revo, but bad for Houston Heat being down by 1 body. Now in a 3-on-4 situation.
And also in the backfield still. Now Fedorov's going to try to get out wide and get up the field. He does so far untouched. They finally gets picked up.
Yeah. And this is a tough snake for Fedorov because it's kind of a trade snake. And I'm sure Fedorov does not want to go up there and trade because he's down bodies right here. So it's a tough position. He can't really get to that 50 because if he gets to that 50, they're going to come get him. Unfortunately, from back where he's at, he can't really shoot anybody. So it's tough. He's got to wait a couple minutes and see if Revo makes a mistake. If they don't make a mistake, he's going to have to try to push down this 50. And he's got 2 guns in front of him, and that's going to be really tough, even for Fedorov.
Yeah, still a lot of time to work with, though, here, if he can win a gunfight to even up this count. Looking at Heat's back line in the center, as with Mishka and Sam Monville, 2 of the very consistent gunfighters. So it's good for Heat that they do have Monville and Mishka
for
out
sure.
there.
Two pillars.
Yeah.
But where
To
Fedorov's
win the
at right
gunfight.
now, I don't think he can shoot at anybody. I don't think he can win a gunfight because I don't think he's got an angle on anybody.
I'm with you on that.
Not where Revo
They
is
just,
currently
but they're only
positioned,
down by 1, and they have 8.5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
So lots of at least.
That's what I'm saying. They'll wait a little while to see if they can make Revo make a mistake. But if not, Fedorov's going to come this way. It doesn't look real good right now.
If they were down 3, we'd be singing a different song up here.
Yeah.
But this is an incredibly close 1-point game with a lot of time still on the clock. So
Did you get
use your
him?
words. What happened?
Yep.
He flinched. The referee saw it, and I saw it, but I didn't see anything break.
Are you talking about the first one or the second
The
one?
second one, he was looking
second,
outside, switched inside as he flinched.
So that's 18. That's Zaleski on your
Zaleski,
screen.
yeah.
We're just talking about Trailer. Max Trailer is in front of him. You can always tell Max Trailer because he's always going to have the colorful accessories.
He's very colorful. He's like a peacock, really. Fedorov there trying to look over the top, just making sure everything's going. They're talking really well. And the difference here with the Houston Heat guys is, man, although there's a lot of pressure, they're cool, calm, and collective. They know what they need to do. They know how much time is left. They know what the score is. They've been in this situation both in practice and in tournaments forever. So they're waiting for the right opportunity. As soon as they seize that opportunity, they will. But as the clock goes down, it gets harder and harder. Only a 1-point game, 7 minutes left. Down by 1 body. Fedorov has got the ball.
Yeah, Fedorov between Mishka, Monville, and Fedorov, he's obviously the offensive, he's the tailback there. So, but again, they don't have to risk anything yet. I like that they're being careful here. If you're a Heat fan, you don't want them to start recklessly engaging because they do need that 1 point with all this time on the clock, and maybe someone on Revo will get frisky and try to make a move.
I think I understand why we've been looking at this from different perspectives.
Why?
Because I'm just looking for them to entertain us. And you're looking at for like what's best for the teams and what's best for the fans. I apologize. Now I understand we're coming at this from 2 different angles. I'm just looking to be entertained.
Someone to make a move.
Yeah, from those at home, I
We're
apologize.
expecting some moves here. Let's go.
I want blood.
So there goes a move. Hey, you got your wish as looks like Mishka
Gets outside. Great move by Mishka. Fedorov's like, no, you go. Mishka's like, oh, come on, Fedorov, you go. No, Mishka, you got it, you go. Because Max Trailer, sneaky, moving up the snake.
So Trailer going to try to get across into this 50-yard line on the snake side. You can't see him there. He's laying down.
Yeah, shoot a little bit with Mishka there.
He's going to back up.
I like that. That's going to slow Mishka down a little bit because he's going to think Max is kind of looking in that spot.
And we've been seeing this quite a bit. Guys will go up, just either try to push the bunker or throw a pod or engage a tiny bit and then come right back into the spot, set that trap.
I hope Revo's ready because at some point you're going to see one of these guys with the red jerseys get up and do something. And if Revo's not ready, they're going to come. They got to come. They're not going to do what the Ironman did and just sit there and let time run out. Revo's playing the smart, slow. They're just crossing up and waiting for him. But these guys are real good at this, so hope their cross is strong.
Very, very patient.
Yeah.
They have an extra body.
They're
they got
clearly
an
more
extra
patient
point.
than I am. Come on, guys. Get in the game.
Rich, because you were the back guy, I think you just like living vicariously through the aggressive players.
Because I always
you were
wanted
never,
to go.
At least I was a front guy at some point in time. You were always the back guy.
No, I started playing back when I started playing for Bob.
Oh, really?
He made me, because I was the floater. I got to go wherever the action was, the fun stuff.
And did you say you were the enforcer?
The floater.
The enforcer.
The floater.
Oh,
the enforcer.
sorry.
The fluffer. I said I was the fluffer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I made the guys happy. They were just happy to play, happy to have a good time out there.
Under 5 minutes to go, 4:50 on the clock.
Fedorov now moving up to the snake, maxed up, mirrored up with Max Trailer.
Yeah, and again, I think it's going to come down to Fedorov somehow beating the 2 guys in front of him. And he's got an opportunity because only one's looking his way. If you can catch, if you can catch one looking the other way and switch sides and get them both, that would be huge.
No,
At least here in the forward snake, though, he can shoot across at the back right, the judo corner and the judo one. So he's got those shots now.
Well,
but they also have those shots on him.
Exactly, and the extra body. So I mean, Houston Heat, somebody needs to win a gunfight, but they're not. It's not desperation time.
No, but
because they're down by 1.
Paint's also
an
going
issue.
to start to become an issue, right?
It looks like Fedorov has a pod. Monville doesn't have any pods.
And they just threw Max Trailer a squeegee.
Max Trailer has, looks like 6 pods.
Because he has broken paint, I think, his guy. He's like, let me squeegee this out real quick. See, that's teamwork right there. Hey, I got broken paint. Oh, here's a squeegee. Clean it out. Go
How
shoot
come you
somebody.
didn't bring your own squeegee?
Yeah. Hey, is this your first tournament?
Oh no, it's getting worse for Max.
Broken paint in the hopper.
This is going to help Heat though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Max is essentially gunless
Look at
right
this,
now.
Monville creeping in
And
the
he's
center
he's
structure.
gunless. This is when being lucky is great, and a kill on the opposite side of the field. It looks like either Zupa or Pike taking the walk.
So it's 3-on-3 now.
3:30.
Well, and Max Trailer's gun is essentially not working. So there's really only 2 working guns. Let's see if Max is going to shoot his gun. Still haven't seen him shoot his gun yet. So Houston Heat getting good and lucky at the same time. So they win a gunfight, and then Max Trailer has an equipment malfunction. So until Max actually shoots his gun and a paintball comes out of it, I don't know if it's working.
This is a very tense match for me. I have no skin in this game, and I'm very tense right now.
The way the Revo is lined up right now, a run-through is going to happen.
It's open.
And it's
That's
open.
what I'm saying. It's
wide
open,
because
man.
nobody, the Revo player on the Dorito side is not looking across the field
they're
at
not
all.
doing the classic cross.
No.
Here comes Fedorov. He's looking to move up into the 50 and try to maybe get the crossfield shot on the foot of, I think that might be Henry Sense. So Max Trailer posted, waiting for Fedorov to poke out, and do not know if he has a working gun. Zaleski behind him.
Fedorov's calling something on the back right.
Ooh, Fedorov checks.
No bullets.
No more paint left. Monville also no more paint. Fedorov's going to come back and then probably ask for a pod, which Sam is not going to be able to throw him anything.
Sorry, bro.
And then Mishka, I don't know if Mishka has any paint.
Fedorov's looking to find the bodies, so when he goes, he knows which way he's looking, so he can try to get 2 because he's not going to get a second chance.
Towards Fedorov now. Let's see.
They just found that Sam Monville's in the center X.
So still
trailer wrapped around.
Still 3-on-3 here. Yep. Revo just trying to hold on to the tiniest of leads.
Trailer just shot his gun. One
Did he?
ball, 2 ball. Yep.
Did they come out?
It looked like it.
Okay, so
2 minutes left here.
That's huge for Revo.
There goes
Mishka making the move from the Dorito side. Sorry, Steve.
It's been a real long point.
Yeah, look. Zaleski's saying, oh, man, I wish I had a pod in my back and some paint in my hopper.
Zaleski's out of paint. He should get one from Max.
Oh, he did. He just took it.
And Sam Fedorov gets the back right.
So Sam
3-on-1 now. Went from a 4-on-3 to a 3-on-1.
Yeah, I think Sam was able to get that kill. And then there goes Mishka. He's going to launch, and it's just Max Trailer. And Max Trailer's about to get dunked on. Oh, by Konstantin Fedorov. And Konstantin Fedorov able to pop back up, and it looks like he's alive.
I feel like he's just trying to get in pictures now.
Yeah.
Just
he's
rumbling,
just jumping
tumbling,
and falling everywhere.
He's caught up in that bunker.
Athletic. What happened? Has he been drinking?
It's a bit early.
Yeah, I saw some vodka in their pits earlier.
Oh my God. Well, Konstantin Fedorov is going to help get this one done. But what a great job by Sam Monville. Sam Monville and Mishka Kiesnev. At one point in time, it was a 3-on-4 situation.
For a long time.
With 8.5 minutes left.
And that's what I was saying. I hope Revo's got this locked down because these guys are real good at figuring those puzzles out and getting through it.
So a 2-point match here. Both teams with 2. Let's check in with Lauren.
Thanks. Max Trailer and Dan Zaleski during that last point had such good communication over here on the snake side, but they weren't able to pull it out. That long point, though, did give Impact quite a bit of time to talk. They said, what is going on? We haven't gotten a single kill off the break. We've gotten very little kills at all. They said that they're not out of this, though. They know that they need to push the issue and get down this field faster, but they think they can still do it. Come back for points with 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Well,
there's one.
We've seen him have a 5-point comeback before with a lot more time left, but
listen, I'm never wrong about these things. It's impossible for Impact to win this match.
Which pretty means they're gonna. That means they're gonna win.
And Brandon Cornell gets
man.
4-on-4. Out, 4-on-4. Both Nick Laval, Zach Yakmek are in the center structure, followed by Justin Rabikoff on the Dorito Tower, but
no one on snake side for Impact.
There goes another body coming off for San Antonio X Factor. It's John Woodley taking the walk.
2 minutes left.
Meter Nino still alive with Bernaccia, just trying to roll these guns with Rainey and burn time off this clock.
Did Impact not put anyone on the snake side of the field?
Unless he got hit and we didn't see him walk off.
No, well, Cornell was, I think Brandon was the first one shot. There's 2 in the X, that's Nick and Justin. And Justin's in Doritos. I don't think they put everybody over here.
Yeah, past the 50-yard line now. Here comes the attack from Impact as they're going to commit Justin Rabikoff past the 50-yard line. They also have, and there goes bodies dropping off. Rainey gets shot.
Only 2 X Factor players left alive.
And Ineos and Bernaccia crossing it up right now. Here goes Bernaccia. He's going to push forward and go right into a gun and get blasted. And then Meter's going to get shot cross-field by Justin. So a kill for Zach and a kill for Justin Rabikoff. And with 1 minute and 15 seconds left, Impact will finally put their first point on the board.
And they won that breakout, Matt. Like you were saying, they were probably wondering how they weren't winning those breakouts. They figured out how to get one of those kills. If they can dial back in 2 more quick points, they're back in this game. But man, they're not making it easy on themselves.
No, they definitely are not.
Or the Impact fans at home.
Yeah, 3-point spread with, I don't know, man. This minute 15, 3 points.
That's
good luck.
Yeah,
you're gonna need some gifts from the paintball gods if that's gonna happen. You need they need an immediate major penalty as soon as it gets to like 59 seconds.
Not happening.
Now in this Revo match, one thing we didn't talk about is on that long, slow point when you lose down on bodies, your momentum really switches, you know? And Houston Heat just beat them down on bodies, down on position in a really, really long point. And that takes a lot of wind out of yourselves for Revo, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not going out there flat.
You got Heat on their heels, and you're just going to sit back. That's what's going to happen. You know they're going to come, and they got the weapons to finish that off, and they just did.
When you have the extra body, you might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
Put pressure on their weakest guy, move up the field so they can't move up. 5-on-5 for both teams here. Oh, I see a referee pointing, but nope. Revo making the first move at the center of the field.
It would be so massive for Revo if they could get a win here and finally make it into the semifinals. They've lost all of their games in the quarterfinals at all 3 events this year.
I feel not just for Revo, but for all the teams that are fighting against the big powerhouse teams.
And Revo also didn't make it into Sunday at World Cup. That was the only Sunday they missed last year. So this is a big one here for Revo.
Yeah.
Huge point. They're tied with Heat. They let Heat get back in that last one in a point they should have won when it was 4-on-3. And now they're going to let Chad George get up to this 50-yard line. So Houston Heat playing the aggressor. But Rich, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, for all the teams that have been struggling and trying to get up to the upper echelon in
They're
this
like,
game.
hey, if Revo can do it, we got a shot too, man.
Absolutely, because Revo, the combining talent of 187 crew and Revo itself, yeah, and the best players from the Northeast. But right now, playing against the All-Star team that's Houston Heat, Heat is on the gas pedal. Ryan Moorhead is at the 50. He's wrapping around. He's looking for a run through.
And here it comes right now. He's just, well, he gets taken out. But he trades out, so now we got 3 on 4. Chad George still at the snake 50. 18 seconds left.
He's got plenty of time here. Revo's hoping for overtime. Revo with 3 players left live.
It's going to be tough here.
All crossing up. Then we're inside 10.
Seconds.
We're inside 10. Hopefully nobody draws a penalty here. Looks like we're going to have
Chad George's
overtime.
going to come and get those last kills. It looks like the game time is going to finish, and we are going to be heading into an overtime point.
I hate to say it, but that's pretty good for Revo. That's pretty good. They got a chance to go and win this game now.
Yeah, that Heat was definitely the aggressor there, and if they just had maybe another 5 seconds, then they would have won that point, and they would be moving on into the semifinals to play most likely San Antonio X Factor.
And if Revo can have another breakout where they shoot 2 Heat guys again, they're right where they need to be, man.
Yeah, they definitely was that bend don't break moment. They didn't want it to be that way, but it was forced to be that way.
I didn't want it that way.
I really didn't want to be in this situation.
What's the rules? He's fucking hitting me, shoot.
Randy Smith, who's
Coach
now
Randy.
coaching, yeah,
Coach
picking
Randy.
up so there's this. So Ryan Smith put the clipboard down, picking the gun back up because Randy coached in Prague, and so I think Ryan was like, I want to play again.
Yeah.
So because
it's way funner than coaching.
Ryan was pretty good. He was getting really good before he decided to coach. Sam Monville at one point in time he was coaching. Jason Trozen was the initial coach for Houston Heat all the way back in 2012. He's now our commissioner. So Houston Heat's been going through some coaches.
Maybe Ryan Moorhead will coach next.
I don't.
Who knows?
Ryan's does not.
He's not coaching
playing.
material.
He
Yeah,
still wants to play.
He's a player.
He's not a coach. He just plays a lot. Here goes X.
4-1. Not enough time. The last time you said that, Rich.
You have no confidence.
30 seconds.
Come on, give it to us, Rich.
There's no chance. There is no. I've never been more certain about anything in my life. There's no chance that Impact can come back and win this game.
So Revo, if they can find a way to put this one up.
Even the fans agree with me.
Well, X Factor, look at this though. X Factor was a huge favorite over Impact.
Everybody knows.
Because even though Impact won in Prague, I mean, that's Europe, and it's tough over there, but not tough as tough it is here. That's just reality.
And there's no Texans in Europe.
And yeah, so and X Factor won the last event, but it would be a big upset if Revo could take down Houston Heat. Minute 15 to go. 3-point spread here in the quarterfinals. Impact on your left on the red side, and here we go. Can Impact summon the strength again for another crazy miraculous comeback? It's not going to help that they lose Nick Laval off the break.
Brandon Cornell is all the way though on X Factor side of the field.
Yeah, but he just got taken out. There goes Rainey. But no
Got
one's put any balls on Justin Cornell.
Here.
Justin Cornell is going to get shot by Billy Bernaccia, so the savior over on the snake side right now, Billy Bernaccia, and also lots more bodies impacted. There goes Justin Rabikoff, and he's going to have to pump the brakes and deal with what looks like a one-on-one situation with Billy. And then Billy gets smoked by Justin.
If I was Billy, I would have made Justin bunker me.
Absolutely. So now it's
you come get me.
Hey,
we're leaving together.
2-point spread with 36 seconds left.
I'm gonna say this, and again, I've never been wrong, but there's absolutely no way. I would bet
Texas.
Matt's firstborn child that there's no way that Impact could win this game.
Texas. Sorry.
Yeah, you've said this a couple times in that same spot.
I've never been wrong. Look it up. Do the work. Do the math. I have. Statistically speaking.
Texas.
So who you got in this one?
Dark horse.
Ooh.
You got Revo?
I'm going to go with Revo. I think Houston Heat's going to win, but I want Revo to win because they're the underdogs. Honestly, it's going to go breakout, right? Whoever wins this breakout's got the big advantage, and the longer the point goes, it obviously goes to Heat's advantage. So we'll see.
So just a brief moments away from figuring out who is going to move on to play. So it looks like the clock has stopped. Maybe the refs are just wiping the field down. Not sure exactly why. Oh,
Well,
man.
as you were saying earlier, Jason Trojan used to coach Houston Heat. Coincidence? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
think so.
I think Randy's currently yelling at Jason over here.
Yeah, he's telling him, hey, I'm not paying you all this money to run that clock that way. Kids.
Keep it up, baby. Talk it up.
So there's Randy Smith and the rest of the boys from Heat. There's Lonnie Dizon. Check out his Dizon docs. He's doing a lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff, on-the-field stuff from all his world travels. And there's Nico Hyde and Devin Stewart. Both played a decent amount of points out here. Devin more in the middle, Nico on that D side of the field.
You reviewing it?
And then, maybe we got some sort of review going on.
I just got to see if they had anybody.
It looks like it based on the fact that everyone's staring at Jason.
They didn't have
And
anybody
Jason's.
you get the point.
But we've got some of the best people in the booth below us, and they're gonna figure it out for us and let us know. Or we might get an update from Lauren Kelly. Who knows?
Well, Revo's over there posted. They're ready to go. Houston Heat has their starting 5 out. They're ready to go. But there's still conversations going on over on this sideline. So not.
Is
I
it,
mean, what was
is
the
it
con-
about
what
this
was,
match or the last match?
That's what I'm wondering, because I'm trying to think of what controversy would be necessitating some sort of stoppage here in time to discuss. So I hear there's a review. So they are reviewing the last. So if we go back as. So maybe Houston Heat is trying to sell the fact, or I'm sorry, their argument that maybe at the very end there should have been a penalty assessed, and that would have given them the win at the very end.
It wasn't called.
Was there a penalty called? Yeah, but so I'm getting information that if there was a body left alive, then the point would go to Heat. But why? Was there a penalty thrown?
There was no penalty. He bunkered the last player, but there was no time for them to ring the bell. Well, just because there was no, they have to ring the bell. You got to hit the buzzer. Doesn't matter if you're alive on the field. If you don't hit the buzzer, it doesn't matter.
What is going on here? Yes, it looked like time expired as that last kill happened. And like we talked about, if there was 5 more seconds, that's cool. But how this sport works,
that's cool.
That's cool. How the sport works is you have to hit the red buzzer over there at your opponent's start station. You don't. This is not elimination paintball. That's
unless your former coach is running the league. Boom.
Okay. Well, this is why we have Lauren.
Mic drop.
Lauren's our spy. She's going to go get the info, but it looks like after a potentially long, complicated story is what I'm hearing, that we're going to have a 5-on-5 break. So
I think Lauren also used to work as a coach for Houston Heat. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into that because that's a possibility.
All right, let's check in with Lauren.
Hey guys, yeah, you didn't see a penalty thrown because the ref actually slipped in the mud and wasn't able to get it out. So they were reviewing that last point between Revo and Heat. The penalty would have been on Revo, and if they wouldn't have had a body alive, it would have been a swing point to Heat. But they did determine that Revo had a live body, so it is a 5-5 overtime.
It all makes sense now.
All makes sense.
The ref slipped. I get it.
And then we're finding out Lauren was a former coach of Houston Heat.
She's versatile.
She gets around.
She's
Here we
she's
go.
very versatile.
5-on-5, 5 minutes overtime.
Can Houston Heat survive the breakout? They do. Houston Heat gets 5 bodies out alive.
And
Revo drops one early.
Trailer, back center, doubled up. So it's 5-on-4 body advantage.
Who's it going to be? Is it going to be an upset? And is Baltimore Revo going to head into the semifinals?
Oh, takes that Ryan
for
Moorhead.
the first time. Revo has not been in the semifinals since midway through last year. They did not make Sunday at World Cup, and they've been stuck in the quarterfinals, losing in the quarters every single tournament this year, and they're going to lose. It's a bad death from O'Mara, and he knows it as Zaleski? Sorry, Zaleski. O'Mara's still alive, but Zaleski shaking his head, walking off as they just, that's a rough one for Dan.
Chad George moves up on the snake side for Houston Heat.
There goes Revo in the center structure.
Chad George saw him go in there, so he knows he's there, but that might also slow Chad George down.
It slows them down a little bit.
Revo losing another gunfight death.
Where?
Tarula coming off.
That's bad.
That's going to be it.
There's absolutely no way that Revo can win this point now.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
They're down to just 2 bodies left. Man, they had a couple opportunities, though, to put themselves in the semis.
Well, Stephen O'Mara is still on the field, and he is always good for a couple crazy 3-4 pack highlight reel run-throughs, and So as long as he's out there, Revo definitely has a fighting chance. The problem is
4-on-2.
It's a 4-on-2.
Houston Heat's pretty good.
And also, Revo does not have the ideal setup in this 2-on-4 situation,
Well, and we
as
saw
their
him-
bodies are locked up and they're both in the center and no
Yeah.
one's out wide, and paintball is a game of angles. So as soon as Houston Heat can figure out where these bodies are, they're going to make the correct moves most likely, because it's Houston Heat. And
we saw Revo lose a 4-on-3 earlier.
Yeah. But hey, man, like we talked about, Houston Heat, even though this has been a really close match and it's not over yet, and I got to tip my hat to Revo, and now it looks like it's going to be over here soon. It's a 1-on-4 situation.
No,
but
he's
Houston,
fine. He's got it.
Houston Heat, though, looked amazing until about midway through their DMG game.
yeah.
And that was, I think, a good thing for them to tighten some things up. But Houston Heat are defending and reigning world and series title holders from 2018, have not won a tournament yet, so maybe this is going to be their event.
This is going to be bad for Amara.
So Houston
Mishka
Heat.
high fives him,
Mishka
that's it.
was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
Sorry,
shoot you. I didn't know you were already hit. Mishka's going to the
So-
nicest guy in paintball.
Houston Heat's going to punch their way to.
Oh, man,
the next-
Revo looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of their matches this season. Like, whenever I've been commentating, they just haven't been playing. And I was really impressed watching them play.
They're really good. They're very close.
I think going back,
They're going to go
when
back
they
to
have,
that 4-3.
when they're on 4-on-3, they should press their advantage, find the weakest position that the other team has, isolate 3 or 4 players on that one weak position, eliminate that player, use those 4 players to now eliminate the next player.
There's a lot of things going on in every single game, in every single point. However, sometimes you really can make it and isolate it to one moment, similar to the mistake that Baldwin made for Aftermath in their game against Houston Heat when they were deep in the tournament and they almost moved on into the finals. And they
And
took
it's nice
third.
when you can go back and see, oh, hey, this is where we messed up, so that we can fix that. It's more frustrating when you go back like, I have no idea. Like, nothing worked. Everything was going wrong.
Totally.
We have to fix everything.
So Chad George with 30 confirmed kills, leading the pack here for Houston Heat. So maybe he's going to have a chance to win this golden barrel. Konstantin Fedorov, 26 confirmed kills for him. Ryan Moorhead, 18, 16 for Devin, and then 15 for Ronnie. So they are going to be playing the winner of this match. San Antonio X Factor is up a couple points on Edmonton Impact, and there's barely any time left, but they still have a chance. 37 seconds left in this match. Can Impact summon some crazy last-second magic again?
I know I said it couldn't be done. I know I said it couldn't be done, but I would love to see it. Don't get a penalty. Referees running in looking at Impact players. He's coming out. Here comes Zach.
Zach's rolling the dice in the center, but he ends up getting shot out. And here comes Nick Laval. He's also going to take a shot in his leg, and then Justin Rabakoff's going to get shot. So that's the coffin nail right there.
And Impact being a truly classy team, they didn't just run down the field with hits on them and try to cheat their way into a point.
Oh,
they
Brandon
went out there.
Cornell's out there.
Oh
Looks-
God!
he looks
Please tell me he's
injured,
not
man.
hurt.
Oh, no.
Did he bust his wing again?
Oh, I really hope Brandon Cornell's shoulder's
Come
not
on,
hurt.
buddy. You never want to see a referee holding the gun for the guy. Yeah, his shoulder's hurt. He dislocated his shoulder again. I'm sorry, buddy.
I hope not.
Heal up, brother.
Makes my stomach hurt, man.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. He's had such a
And he's
a
worked
rough,
so hard to be here.
yeah, and he had to have surgery on it. I did a show with him not too long ago. Oh my God, they can't get it back in.
I've been watching him play paintball since he was about 14.
Yeah,
Such a good
and
dude,
he had such a severe illness that, I mean, he thought he wasn't going to make it midway through the year, and he was hospitalized and had to have a surgery. And he's already had, I mean, he's had so many problems with that shoulder over the years. So anytime.
Yeah, it sucks. Once you dislocate your shoulder the first time, if it doesn't have time to heal up, and if you keep playing on it, all the muscles around there get weak, and it just gets worse and worse, man.
Well, as they help Brandon off the field, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. I'm here with Ryan Moorhead. Congrats on that win. Revo put up a good fight. You said it was more stressful than you wanted it to be, but you are always one of the more calm players in the pit, analyzing the field, talking to all the players. So as those points were going on, what were some of the key things that you were communicating with other teammates about this layout and how that match was going?
I mean, we went into this game wanting to play as many points as possible. We think that if we play more points, we're going to win the games. So things don't always go according to plan, obviously, and they're a gritty team, so they had that like 9-minute point with us, and we just talked about, you know, taking advantage of opportunities as they present themselves, spreading guns out, getting away from their strengths and playing to ours. So I mean, it's just all little adjustments the entire time.
That's interesting that you say that. The more points you play, the greater chance you have to win, because like a team like Damage has the absolute opposite approach to this field layout. So you're going to be playing X Factor next.
Yep.
I don't know, do you think they're faster team or a slower team? I feel like we've seen both this weekend.
They play a lot like us with the mentality that they want to go fast and they want to play more points, but they have the ability to sit there and play. That first point they played was about 7.5 minutes, so they'll do a little bit of both, but I think with our styles clashing, that's going to be a little more aggressive than what you saw at the point before.
Well, in a situation like this, you never want to be the team to make the first mistake. How much pressure do you feel out there when it is a 5-on-5 situation and the point is going on for so long?
I mean, everyone on our team has been playing for so long, and I really believe that you can't live in your fears. I think being afraid, playing on your heels, waiting for someone else to make a mistake just puts you off of your game. I mean, I don't doubt myself when I play, so I go out there and I don't worry about that. I just look to do what I think I can do. Take it.
Well, congratulations. You guys did take that, and we'll be moving on. Thanks so much. Stay
Thank you so
tuned.
much.
More matches coming up after the break.
The driving mission at Go Sports is to bring you the best paintball content and broadcast in the world, behind the scenes, in the pits, and on the field. To continue this mission, we're rolling out a renovated website platform across the board, with easier search functions and a more robust chat system for better interaction with your fellow fans. Dive farther into the game with a new integrated stats portal. Get your insight into the game anytime, anywhere, with an improved functionality across all mobile devices. Check it out now on GoSports.com.